looking forward, I think there's going to be, more recreational uses, and I think it's something that we're going to have to watch pretty closely and make sure that we stay on top of it. Yeah, it's just something that doesn't need to happen. Like I say, this sort of thing could easily be taken to the landfill or disposed of properly. This side actually looks like it's been cleaned up a little bit from what it is sometimes. So, trouble is somebody has to go out of their way and take their time to clean up these messes, and like I say, it just doesn't reflect well on anyone when people leave this sort of stuff laying around.
My biggest concern is the spread of weeds. There's a constant threat of introducing or spreading annual invasive grasses, cheatgrass, medusa head, ventonata, and that starts a cascading type issue, if you will, to where it competes with the native vegetation for nutrients and soil moisture. Obviously, it changes the fire cycle, so it's a much flashier fuel, and it burns, and then you burn more sagebrush, which allows your invasives to expand some more, which the next lightning strike you burn more sagebrush, and you just start kind of falling down the slippery slope, if you will. We're talking decades and centuries for recovery. Because there aren't a lot of roads, it's easy for us to be lazy and fire up the four-wheeler or the whatever the new side-by-side things, UTVs they call them, and drive out across that stuff because we can, because we're too lazy to pick up an antelope or and carry it back or put it in our cart and roll it back. And I'll be the first to admit I've been guilty of that. Okay, but the consequences of that are increased erosion, increased weed dispersal, compromised sagebrush habitats, and now we're faced with things like a potential listing for sage-grouse. We gotta clean it up. Tread lightly, be responsible, think about the consequences of your actions. And we learned this in kindergarten, by the way. Okay, we did, And so on a landscape scale, if you drive through a medusa head patch in Harney County or in the north end of Lake County, and then come out here to Drake's Flat, where we have, as best as we can tell on Drake's Flat right now, we've done the surveys, we've got about 20 acres of medusa head, and we are fighting it hard because we don't want it to spread. Okay, you drive through that medusa head flat, the seeds hang up in your four-wheeler or your pickup truck or whatever, and then you drive out across country, and those seeds fall out, then they establish, then your annual invasive. So the message for everybody is, you learned it in kindergarten. Be responsible. Think about your actions. If you are not physically capable of packing out an antelope in the desert or packing out a mule deer or an elk, take a kid hunting with you. Find somebody that's 19 years old and mentor them into the hunting community and have them put elk quarters on their back. They'll love it.